Welcome to Common Sense Coalition Talk Radio, where you'll find straight talk from people with good old common sense.
I trust your opinion.
And now, for your host, she's putting sense back into nonsense.
Absolute insanity.
Well, you can hear me on the radio. You want to turn me on, turn on your stereo. You can sing along while they're playing our song. Now you done me wrong, baby, crank it up.
And now, your host, Beth Ann.
And I welcome you to CSC Talk Radio today. It is my pleasure to be here with you, and it's my pleasure to have a really good friend of the show and a personal friend, Bob Parker, on with me today. Bob, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, Beth. Great to be with you.
Well, you know, I was looking at your website, which is electbobparker.com, and you've got on there, Take America Back. And it's been my campaign here to bring America home.
Okay.
So
well,
we're kind of going down the same road, and you and I really didn't get to visit much this morning, but I wanted to share with you. This was in a local newspaper, Bob, and if people don't think we're in trouble in the United States, all they have to do is pick up a paper. And you can read all kinds of absurdities, as well as the crime.
Yeah.
But this is a suit where a NASA specialist is axed over his belief in intelligent design. And he's been working with this particular company and in this particular area since 1996. And because he believes in intelligent design and because he's not terribly outgoing, he's being accused of that, but, you know, he's not afraid to speak his faith, but because he has done so, he has lost his job.
Yeah, that's sad, isn't it?
It is sad. You know, they keep preaching tolerance, but it's only tolerance when it's
They're not
there.
tolerant of Christians that believe the Bible, are they?
It's only tolerant if you believe in what they say. They don't have to believe in what you say. Well, we're not asking them necessarily to believe, but just respect.
Right.
And
yeah,
even
the Bible says, you know, a fool says in his heart there is no God. And, you know, I think that's, I agree with that. I think that's pretty evident as you look around. There is a God.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just, to me, it's just, like I said, I picked that up last night. Actually, my husband picked it up. He says, I didn't get to read this, but I think you're going to want to. And, you know, it's definitely a free speech issue. And they are taking on, they are going to try to defend this gentleman and see what they can do for him.
Well, you know, they absolutely, and this has always been a huge issue to me. You know, I was taught evolution in school. I never really heard about intelligent design or the creation side of things until really after high school, after I became a Christian. And there's so much out there to back up, you know, creation and the biblical account. But we don't, you know, the last thing people, you know, are wanting, you know, people to hear is about that and all the arguments, all the good arguments, out there on that subject. So it's, you know, it's a huge issue, but as long as they can make people think there is no God, that we just evolved from some little, you know, lightning strike that started life out in the ocean billions and billions of years ago, and there's no accountability or anything else, you know, that's where you have the morality decline and everything that we have. When you understand that, you know, we are created by God with a purpose, and there are absolutes, it completely changes your life.
Well, you know, it's billions and billions of years ago, and that used to sound like a whole bunch in a gob, but now we have this trillions and trillions of debt. So that billions of years ago has gotten much, much smaller, hasn't it?
Now we're into the multi-trillions.
But, you know, they have to push God aside in order to justify their actions and their lifestyles and to make way for the things that they're doing. And you say take America back, and I say bring America home, which is the same thing. We just want to come back to our roots.
Right.
And
we want to restore the republic, restore our nation, you know, get back to the principles that made America great. I had a blogger a couple of days ago blasted me that I was a conservative that wanted to take us back to the 1800s, and I said, well, you're getting close. I want to take us back to 1776. So, you and what our Constitution was all about and what our founders believed in. That's what I want to take us back to.
And I was chatting with a gentleman online this morning on Facebook, and this thought he made a comment, and then I said, I was thinking that same thing last evening, because it shouldn't be Republican and Democrat. We're all American citizens, and we should be after the same goal, and that is to better our country, to better our personal, but to keep our freedoms. If we keep claiming that we're going to do these things better and lose our freedoms, then it's for naught. But the comment was, when will the talk about tolerance? When will the other side, so to speak, finally realize what we are losing? When will the other side, those that are not considered conservatives, I'm talking Republican and Democrat, when will the Democrat, now I'm not talking about the politicians, I'm talking about Mr. America out there and Miss America they're living just like we are, that claim we're Republicans or constitutional Tea Parties or whatever we are. They're claiming, they live the same life we do. They go to work every day. They come home. They're having the same struggles we are. When are all of us going to wake up and see what is actually happening and what we are losing and how quickly we're losing it? Because we've strayed we've strayed from God, and we've strayed from the Constitution, the law of this particular land.
Well, I think that's a huge part of the problem. We try to get it in the Republican-Democrat paradigm, and believe me, I'm very concerned about the platform of the Republican Party and what Obama's doing to this country. But, I think we need to get back to being Christians first and Americans first, and based upon the principles and beliefs that we have, look at both parties and what they're doing, and be able to speak out about things in both parties that we don't agree with. And that's kind of what the Tea Party kind of rose up and did, is they were frustrated with the Republican Party and the Wall Street bailouts and everything that they were involved with, and on and on. So that's kind of how I approach things. I'm more of an issue and principle-oriented kind of candidate, instead of, just saying, well, hey, the Republican Party is the only way to go. I criticize the Republican Party, too, because if we don't do that, our party's not going to be any better than anything else. So we have to be vocal about what's wrong in whatever party we're in.
Well, we have to vote for the person and not the party. And, it's time to start electing people like you rather than politicians, people that really know what's going on the home front and really have some solutions and know their Constitution. I think we have all these officials, maybe not every one of them, but there's a tremendous amount of these officials that are supposedly representing the people. They don't even know the Constitution. Right.
Well, and that's a sad thing. They just, we've got some candidates, and I'm not going to say names or anything, but we